Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 between impunity.storm and rAq at quality here. And yes, Game 1 went to impunity.storm, really good game there. Pebbles, man, were just slapping all the Suns there really hard in the face, and they had to sit down, like what good daddy says. But that's it, joining today is both Babael, me, and Lark, and we're gonna bring you a best of 3 series. It's the HoNTour Grand Final Qualifier, where 10 teams out of 12 will fight for the last 2 spots there. Orange spots and M are already there, and we're just gonna see what's gonna happen next. There we go, Lobby actually gonna be up here, and the band hero is going to be the Engineer, Scout, Ophelia, and Sandwraith.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise. Engineer, Scout. Again, Nova doesn't like Scout. I mean, Scout's just such an amazing hero. Just gonna ban that out really quickly, and then Ophelia and Sandwraith on top of that. So, not too much of issue there. I'm surprised that Fate wasn't banned out from Legion team, because I think Fate did actually play quite a factor and quite a role in that previous one. Constantly harassing them and being a pesky bugger or a pesky wife because she's female. But yeah, I mean, it's just really difficult for her to actually be able to. I mean, the Legion team to actually be able to put forth any form of gank, and being forced to farm as 5 kind of ruins the ability to get more levels because of that Fate ganking potential.
Yeah, for sure, and that's it. I want to see how Bubbles is going to be different in this game. Previously, Tidymar did a pretty good job in the mid lane, but it's just not good enough. And we have Fate and Bubbles been picked again, but again, I am finding a bit amusing. The Legion team this time didn't ban out the Fate. In fact, it's still going to ban Ophelia and the Engineer as well. And that is a bit of a respectable ban against the Engineer. And Nova in the previous game did really well. He did have a very quick portal key, so that is full credits to him.
Yeah, sorry, one sec. I'm just clearing my nose. I'm just so. I don't know what the hell happened to me, but yeah, it's just gonna be a really, really awesome one. We already have Bubbles and Keeper, and again, I'm gonna say it like I always say it, but I just hate Bubbles Keeper in the same team because you already have so much lockdown, then you have extra lockdown, and then you have like less of a ability to actually put forth more damage because Bubbles, at the later stages his burst damage isn't as high. Hellborn's gonna get Tempest, so we all know VN Sensations to be playing a Tempest. Bastam mid with Fade again. It's looking to shape up pretty good for Hellborn team, but of course Legion has the Keeper of the Forest, which is in a sense ultimately better than the Tempest because you can always cancel that ultimate, and it's a relatively faster in that sense.
Yeah, for sure, and that's it. We have a Tempest on help on team, like I mentioned. Tempest Keeper, kind of a face-off in the first game, both of which were banned in the second banning phase. And in this game here, we're looking at the MOA being picked down Legion side. So still a lot of lockdown on air quality side, but they need to be careful because this has to be the ace game. And if they don't win this game, they are out of the grand final qualifier, which means that they will nicely conclude a position there. And we will have a consolidated position a little bit later, but that's it. We are still well on the way here, and nothing's done yet. They better not lose this game. And that's it. Hellborn team, there is again a Wretched Hack. If the Wretched Hack is going to be played by Emperor, I can only hope that he plays it differently this game.
Yeah, I mean, it can by all means still be on Nox if they give Emperor something else. Look at that. Emperor wants his off lane, his Lord Self Force. The guy wants his Self Force. Give him his Self Force, man. Show the viewers, man, that he can play the Lord Self Force and be a lot more better as compared to Hag. But of course, the synergy there, it's not that bad in my opinion in terms of the synergy. They already have the Hag, so that's gonna tie in very nicely with the Tempest. You have extra lockdown from Fate, extra ganking potential from Fate. Ganking with Fate and Hag is also very, very scary. I'm curious to see what's their go-to support on this team. Master of Arms is already picked up from Legion team. It by all means can actually be in a Luna if it's not banned out, or even a Pyromancer. I think Pyromancer is pretty damn good as well in this kind of situation, because it's gonna be able to output a lot of damage, and it's just really, really good in terms of laning. I don't necessarily think a Witch Slayer would be that great. Maybe to some extent they could go for that because of the added extra lockdown on the miniaturize, which is kind of like a polymorph. So yeah.
Considering that today could be Empress Swan Song for HoN, depending on how Imperium's going to work out here, and they are up by 1 game, it's pretty probable that he's going to get his lots of forest, and Nova will be kind of dropping that. I think it's definitely possible. But that's it. There's going to be the Pebbles, Pestilence, Gemini, Moon Queen, Dark Lady being banned out as well. Nova having the second ban here, second pick as well. It's going to ban out the Revenor. Revenor in the previous game was just really devastating, and pretty good play coming from Guys Guzzy there. But it is just not as good as Nox's Pebbles for sure. And that's it, man. Guys Guzzy going to ban out Pebbles straight up. Gemini, Dark Lady, they are all Nox targeted. Moon Queen is going to be banned out because Nova is on the second picking here. So he is for sure not able to pick the Moon Queen if it's not being banned out. So that's it. Legion side also doesn't have a carry yet, and we might actually see a race as to who's gonna have the better carry here. Draconis is still available, but Draconis has been off the meta for a really long time. Soul Stealer previous game just didn't work out there. I want to see what they are up for this game.
Oh yeah, Pandemonium. Yeah, buddy. This is gonna be mid lane Panda, I think, with Master of Arms. That lane comp is pretty damn strong, unless they're actually gonna throw them into that, more or less off lane. At the bottom, have Keeper short, Bubbles in the mid. I mean, not Keeper short, sorry, Keeper in the jungle, Bubbles mid, and then have a carry at the short lane. They by all means can also do that if they want to, and if they want to put more harass into this, Tempest, they can just go for even much more of aggressive play in that kind of sense. But just with the way the heroes are, I don't think that's possible. Hellburn team, are we gonna see that Larts of Forest? Only time will tell, because I think it's gonna be a Muna.
Yeah, they might want to go for the Luna first, and Nova might be thinking that they want to see the entire draft from Team Legion to know if the Self-Force is going to be applicable. Do know Self-Force is a hero that doesn't have a stun, doesn't have anything except for a lot of damage, and even the damage is not a burst, it's just irritating DOT. So that is like a Slayer. You don't want to pick the kind of hero so early on, and Aluna is a very strong pick here because Aluna could also be picked up by the Legion side. They don't have a secondary support yet. They have a Pandemonium, so yeah, Pandemonium can go suicide, Bubbles can go mid lane, KF can go into the jungle as well, MOE can be the mid lane, but I'm inclined to think that the Pandemonium actually is going to be the carry. It still is going to be up to the last hero that can be picked here. Pandemonium can also be secondary support. So it is still a very viable, kind of a open, flexible kind of a draft coming from air quality. That's why they are going to snatch with the Aluna first.
I guess in a sense, but of course, I think that's just hoping for too much, because in that kind of situation, it's more or less like, in my opinion,
Yep.
like a orange style kind of play. But I don't think air quality really practices that. So okay, yeah, it's gonna be a mid lane. I think they're just gonna go for conventional lanes here. They're gonna have Dampier short. They can have Bubbles at the off lane. Mid's gonna be Panda Master. Panda Master? Wow, did I just come up with new hero? And yeah, Keeper Force is gonna be in the jungle over there, so he should be able to farm up uh some some stuff over there. But I don't think he's I don't think he's gonna be farming as fast as Tempest though. On the opposite end of the on the scale there from Hellburn's side.
Yep, and now Nova's actually really thinking about this one because if he's gonna play Luna for sure, and we're gonna have Tempest being played by Ivanor VN Sensation, and mid lane it is gonna be Fate being played by Bastom. There we go. That's gonna be a Blood Hunter. Wow, Sharky returned there. Now Lot Self-Force, but that means that Emperor is gonna be playing as the rAq, and that is not gonna be a really good spot. Whoa, are we gonna see Emperor Tempest? Nah, just kidding. Yeah, we'll have him play as rAq again, and Tempest gonna be playing. Being played by VN Sensation in the jungle role. And Bastom is going to have to do mid with the Fate as well. So pretty much good stuff happening again. But so far up, it is not like what we expected. No lots at first. And if this game's done, it could be it, man. Impunity.storm might actually win this 2-0. But that's it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, game 2 going to start real soon here. And it's a best of 3 series. So Legion team winning 1 already. They are, as in Hellbound team, winning 1 already. And that's Impunity.storm for you guys. So there we go, and it's pretty good stuff. So that's it. I'm gonna introduce the members of the players as well as the teams here, and we have on Team Legion. It's gonna be Air Quality by Bongtong Games. That makes it AQB as their new clan tag, but they don't have that. Obviously not too happy about that. But that's it, guys. Gussie there. You're going to be onto the Pandemonium. We also got Tiny Maru onto the Bubbles. He was doing pretty well previous game. I would expect the same as well. We got Afe Ray onto the MOA. He died too much in the previous game. Don't want to see him die too much in this game as well. Beautiful. It's going to be onto the Keep Out the Forest, man. And last but not least, we got Null 2 Sail 2Y. And just going to call him Null. Null there is going to be D-Damn period. That's it. Hellbound team Impunity Storm with the first game well under the belt, looking for a clean series here. They are waiting in the Hellbound side. Now that's it. Hellbound team Impunity Storm. Nova gonna be the captain and drafter. Here's gonna be the Luna. We got Bastom onto the Fate, and also Sharky Nox, man. The Jaws team song gonna play again. This guy can really fly, and that's gonna be the Blood Hunter on Nox. We got Emperor in the Suicide this game, and that's gonna be the rAq for sure. In the previous game, he was completely shut down. I hope he doesn't get shut down again. That's it. The last member of the team, VN Sensation, is actually gonna be in the jungle, and that would be the Tempest.
Yep. Q shark, not Q shark, Q Jaws music right now.
Yep. I'm actually gonna look for that.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know about Blood Hunter in this lineup again. I just don't really think he's such a good hero in that sense. I guess I mean, Impunity Storm has had success with the hero, so nothing to take away from them. But I just feel like the synergy with the Blood Hunter isn't as great, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, it does have some effect with the Fade, and as well as the Aluna, of course, because of the Red Power Show, the Blood Sense. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. Uh, but then again, there's a lot of other heroes you can always go for more of that wham bam, thank you ma'am combo from the Tempest and the Hag.
You're not going
Yep, for sure,
anywhere.
but that's it. Hag actually gonna face off with the MOA straight up in this game, and it's actually gonna be the suicide, so that's gonna be the bottom lane for him as well as the MOA here with a Dampier. Dampier's gonna have a pretty good time here, but Hag needs to be really careful because MOA is just boxing him out, and he doesn't want to be boxed out. He wants to get those levels, and it's not gonna be easy if you don't have a complete lane control here, but Team Legion is doing it so well. That's a Hag needs to be really careful. And at the mid lane, however, we have a dual lane up against a solo lane. Somehow Pandemonium gonna be here by himself, and we have the Fate as well as the Luna double lady combo, and all of them are looking to be so clothless. That's it. We also got top lane Blood Hunter, level 2 up against a level 1 Tidy Maru Bubbles. It's a great battle in the ocean for sure, and like we all mentioned before, sharks, do they really eat turtles? We can see what's gonna happen there. But that's it. Jungle, we have Tempest for Team Hellborn, and Legion, we have the Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest, KOTF of the Forest, man. Keeper of the Forest of the Forest. He's gonna be farming really, really slow as compared to Tempest, who is currently at level 2, probably gonna hit, yep, tree right there. And he's gonna get a lot of farm, gonna rotate towards the first rune that's gonna spawn out of the game. Gonna get that. At the same time, Keeper, okay, you look at the GPM charts, Keeper is at about 185, whereas VN Sensation and the Tempest is already 264, and that's just because it's a Tempest. So no issue there. 100% Tempest gonna get the favor. He's even gonna get a refreshment rune. That's good for him. Aluna picks up something. I didn't get to see what it was. I think it was a regen as well.
Yeah, but Luna needs to help this Fate a little bit more, but that's it. Panda already level 3, and that's because he was soloing his lane a little bit longer in the 2 minutes before this mark here. But that's it. Down south, we do have Dampier by himself here with the opposing member, and that's going to be Rush Attack. And Emperor is actually going to deal a little bit extra harassment on Dampier, but nothing too concrete is going to happen here. And the ganks per minute for this game is in negative.
The GKPM? The gank?
GKPM is just really low. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard. Sorry?
Yep. Otherwise known as the GPM here, but
yeah,
don't wanna confuse the viewers.
GKPM. Yeah, I mean, in this kind of situation, it's kind of hard for them to actually pick up kills because both sides have very passive junglers. In that sense, they just farm really, really quickly and then start to push lanes as soon as they can. But bottom lane, of course, I think Dampier is gonna have an easy time against Hag. You see, he's already level 4. Look at that. He's gonna just go straight for Hag right now and go for the face. Make sure to ruin that even much more. He's already as ugly as possible. She, rather. It is a Hag.
I would really just say don't go for the face because that's not going to be too pleasant looking, but that's a hack for you guys. Nothing too serious about it. But I'd say this game is just really about farming here. Both sides just farming. And if it is a farming game, we need to look at the CS here. We have about Dampier 19 and 10, and definitely Hack about 2 and 0. And on the flip side of this map, we have also the Blood Hunter at a pretty good standing here. It's 18 and 5 up against Bubbles. Bubbles only at about 7 and 0. So it is a pretty fair game all around, except Bubbles doing slightly better than that Rush Attack. And at the mid lane for sure, we can tell that Pandemonium gonna be here, and Pandemonium about 15 and 2, whereas for Fate's at about 18 and 4, so Fate is doing a pretty good job at the mid lane, but Pandemonium is already level 4, and there is still no kills in this game. Bloodlust is up for grabs, but Tempest is going to rotate the mid lane there, and there goes the Burning Shadow, and a nice flick by Pandemonium. Also goes the Cannonball Stun, double stun there, pretty effective, and here comes the Acid Bomb, but is the stun going to be used on the MOA? MOA going to take the fall. VN picks up the Bloodlust. Luna is going to be safe, though, and it seems like Pandemonium is in a little bit of trouble. Burning Shadow used again, not sure if it's going to accomplish anything at all, and needs to be really careful there, but Fate is with Bottle, so I think Fate's going to be okay.
Yeah, I actually thought Panda was gonna try to aim for Aluna, but of course Aluna was way behind, enemy lines, and of course wouldn't be in that much of an issue. Really, really well played there, coming out from I was about to say Orange Esports, holy shit. Impunity.storm.
What the hell?
They get the first split, and that actually excels Tempest a lot more because he actually picked up the Bloodlust there. And now he has his Ring of Sorcery to work with. He's gonna be able to pick up on more farm. Can probably even look towards pushing a lane, top lane.
Oh my god, top lane, what's happening there? Oh, it's gonna be our bleeding Pebbles, and he's actually gonna die. Oh no! Wow, look at that big play by Tidymarr. He actually survives the entire combo, but you can't even blame Nox, man. He just can't pick up the kill there, but definitely Nox doing very well himself. But that's gonna be a lot of increased aggression. The only bad news is that Nox doesn't have the mana left for a separate engagement, whereas Tidymarr, he's got the balls there. And now he also has got the balls, other than the bottles charge there.
What? Yeah, I think it's not the end of the world in my opinion. Yeah, he didn't pick up the kill, and that's maybe because of the clutch bottle that came in. You know, really good place there by him. But at the same time, at least if he forces him to, eat those charges, he's not gonna be able to stay in the lane for much longer, even if he harasses a Blood Hunter. Although the lane is slightly pushed out, so that's probably the major concern here. But yeah, I mean, being a Blood Hunter, you can easily, get back your HP really quickly. Because you see, he even went into 2 levels into Infest.
But here comes Tempest, and Tempest is just
Oh,
walking
God.
really slowly. He doesn't have legs, can't blame him, but that's it. He is going to be at the top lane right now, and I think that they are not going to gank, but maybe do a little bit of the push potential here.
Yeah, most probably just to push, or at least put some harass so that bottom lane, or even the mid lane will be forced to make rotations, opening up space for, Fade to probably gank bottom or something like that, because MOA is constantly sitting bottom lane. Here we go.
Yeah, but it seems like a bottom lane, pretty quick gang there, and the hack. Well, it's good news, good riddance, man. The world will no longer see her really ugly face for the next few seconds, but she's gonna be back real soon. And that's it. Emperor's not gonna have a really good game here. 0-1 and 0 already, 174 GPM, but it is still slightly okay. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than the previous game. I still remember he was at about 71 GPM, but in this one, he has got a slight lead as compared to the previous game, but still, it's not good enough. But that's it. Mid lane gank's gonna happen quickly, and double stun already. Pandemonium, Fat Panda looking to just nicely cannonball away, and look at the kill. He's actually gonna try and turn around on the Luna, but Luna is gonna be okay. Last minute deja vu there is going to be able to just increase the movement speed a bit and nicely sidestep away the flick there. Or maybe reduce the flick, but that's okay. Anyway, Panda dies, and China's not going to be too happy about that one.
Yeah, I mean, he tried his best. It almost looked like it was gonna be killed because he had double damage as well. So those double Ds were just really, really heavy. Smacked him in the face, but unfortunately, just not enough. Bottom lane, it's a huge concern now because that's 3 charges on Dampier, because he was able to get the Devourer as the killing blow on that Hag. So Hag needs to be very, very careful because he doesn't have Vestments now, doesn't even have Steam Boots. Can probably die to a combo from Dampier, but Dampier doesn't have enough mana. He's probably just gonna go to the side and try to purchase some, what do you call this? Some, what is it called again? The Apprentice's Robe for more extra added mana.
And Lark is the best Dampier player in Southeast Asia's EGTV crew there. So that's it. He definitely has got a lot of extra insight into the Dampier, and that's why we all know that with 3 charges, it's gonna be really sad to see. But if Nal just chomps on the Hag again, that's gonna be a really messy situation there. But that being said, we have a little bit extra backing coming up for rAq. Emperor will have the shock as well as the Luna combo here, and there it goes. The hemorrhage already up already on Dampier. Dampier takes a bit of a beating, but here comes the Nox as well to just nicely bite off his head, and down goes Count Dampier, and Dampier is actually not gonna have a nice funeral there. But that said, we are looking at about 8 minutes into this game. 1-3 already, 2.8k goalie for HoN team, and impunity.storm doing pretty well so far. And mid lane, man, I mean, air quality, something's just not right about them.
Yeah, I think they're just a little bit on tilt after the other game, the previous game. It was actually pretty long drawn out, in my opinion. And I think the thing is they shouldn't be too hard on themselves because they actually kind of made it work long enough. That game should have ended a long time ago had Hag been able to pick up on a lot more farm and not be crushed so early. But nevertheless, they shouldn't worry too much about losing one game. Yeah, I mean, it just means you're closer to elimination, but you gotta take every single chance you got. So they need to keep calm and continue honing because hopefully they'll be able to win this. There is rotation already now by Bloodhunter, by the way. I don't know why he's like trying to pick up farm from Hag here at the bottom. He's kind of screwing up
farm.
Yeah, it's kind of screwing up Emperor's farm here at the bottom. A little bit unfortunate over there, but yeah, I mean, mid lane is just gonna continue with more aggression. They're coming up from Fade and the Luna on this Pandemonium. Like Pandemonium can't rotate around. He's just forced to stick mid because he can't do anything now. I actually thought there was gonna be a push top, but seems like it wasn't enough.
Yeah, but top lane, a pretty interesting situation here. Double jungle actually going to be a top lane, but level 7 keeper, like I nicely anticipated, is not going to have the best moments up against level 9 Tempest. The Tempest actually going in pretty quickly. And the road's going up, but where's the Void? Not going to use it, but Tempest actually going to back away there because it's double pot in, and you got to be really careful because Tempest's health is not at full. And if Dampier jumps, it should also mean a kill. So Help on team actually forcing themselves to pull back there. And a pretty successful defense, but they did expand the root, and that means that our tree friend will no longer have help from the jungle and will not have help from the roots of neighboring trees as well. And that is not going to help him secure any kill or rather engagement or initiation or anything of the sort really in the next few minutes for just about 90 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And that makes it easier for Nox now to farm here at top lane when he's already farming very nicely. 350 gold per minute, the highest in this game so far. And Bubbles needs to be careful because I think by alone himself, I think he should have by all means enough to take down the Bubbles because I think he put more points into Blood Crazy. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm wrong. He actually went for more points into Blood Sense. I don't know why, man. Good. You should just actually. I mean, I like more points in Blood Crazy because it's longer and he dies really fast. And Hemorrhage isn't like the longest of cooldowns, so you can constantly keep harassing Bubbles out of lane and just stay here top and continue farming until it gets things like Shrunken Head, his Geometer's Bane, all those other kind of stuff.
Yep, for sure, but there we go. About 4k gold lead ready for Impunity Storm. Impunity Storm on a roll here, and a storm is coming. Just like Game of Thrones, man.
What? Sorry, I don't watch that series.
Oh, they always say winter is coming, and I'll just say a storm is coming. But yeah, Impunity Storm looking pretty good. 4k gold lead. If they do win this game, they are true to tomorrow's game, where they'll face the winners of AMQ versus Fan 5. And that should be a pretty interesting series as well. But that said, here comes the pot at the mid lane here, and Fate's gonna be here as well. Bastom, Novar, double female combination. Really want to see some girl and girl action, but wrong game altogether. Yeah, man. And Pandemonium will have a really good side here because Fate is not really pretty close. But that's a top lane. You never bought that one there. T1 actually going down already, so the gang is still on the way. But there go Pandemonium, just wants a piece of this Fate, and he's gonna jump. Is he? No, Fate smash. No, he doesn't have much of anything. There goes the fat ass sitting on Fate. Fail out trouble there. Fate actually gonna take it for the bad blast a bit too slow, but Pandemonium pays for his loss there. He's gonna die, and that's it. Keeper just nicely pulls off a Nature's Will because he's not so lastful. He's gonna survive. Look at God. God's really merciful today.
Yep, and Courier dies bottom lane because just this micromanagement. They got the tier 1 top at least, but they're probably gonna get tier 1 mid. And I don't think Legion team can actually defend this. There's no ports up on Dampier, only a port on Bubbles. The the defensive tier 1 bottom is taking a while to go down as well, so they definitely will take the tier 1 mid issue. And that actually is much more of a better lead for Impunity Storm. You look at it now, it's like 4.7k gold and 3.6k, well, 3.7k. 3 point, whatever you want to call it, extra EXP lead over there coming out for Impunity Storm.
Yeah, the purple thing there has got experience lead. But that's it, it's about 3.7 thereabouts, like I nicely mentioned. And definitely, all of our female viewers today would know that. As per most sales, man, 2 for 1, great exchange there. But Nox, you don't want to be here. Down goes the fat ass from Pandemonium. Wants a piece of Nox. Nox gets face smashed in. And where's the support, man? Where's the stun? Just in time. Nox gonna be able to run away, or so we think. But Bubbles in his vicinity is not able to do much of a thing there. At least Aphrodite takes the fall. VN picks up the kill. Now picks up VN, and it seems like Nox still wants more. And Emperor by himself. No bad blast, but actually is gonna be going down as well. Dampier goes down to also VN's just nicely microed elemental replicate. That's pretty good stuff as well. We have Guys Gus is already doing a lot of work against Nova, and there comes Fate, man. Fate is still in his vicinity. Tidy Maru up against Fate. Fate waiting for his skills to be off cooldown, but it seems like Tidy Maru knows better, and he's gonna back off as well.
Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, Bastomp, I don't want to bash on him too much, but he's actually missed quite a lot of Burning Shadows. He needs to be a little bit more careful with the usage of it because he's like pulling it way too fast. So he's just doing it a lot of times prematurely. Oh my god, sounds wrong. But I mean, he needs to be a little bit more on the ball with that stun ability. Top lane is probably gonna get denied, although Keeper is trying to aim for the last hit.
Oh,
I don't
Keeper
think he's
going
gonna
in.
get it.
He's going in. He's going in, but it's denied. Oh my god. He actually wanted to use the root to get the tower there.
Ah shit, yeah.
You can see he raised both of his hands and was like
away.
tapping
Top probably gonna die. Pandemonium is making his way here.
Yeah, Nox needs to be careful. He survived the previous encounter, but is he gonna survive again? That's the question. Here comes the Fat Panda, and the root now gonna be because of quick silence. The Blood Crazy is doing work against the Keeper, but again there's a Pandemonium, and there goes the Flick, and the Cannonball stun. Fat ass on to Nox. Nox shock is gonna be shark fin soup today.
Yeah. Ooh, shark fins are really tasty, but of course
Great stuff.
endangered. You shouldn't, you shouldn't endorse
Of course,
shark.
I don't endorse, but Nox, man, I'll, okay, sorry. That's gonna
Yeah.
be too.
Nah, not just point blank, but yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I want to say, but anyway,
Blood
about
Hunter,
15 minutes here,
like I
6 and 6, really. 2K goal lead.
yeah, like I said, I mean, Blood Hunter is just not the best pick in my opinion. In terms of like a carry hero, uh, it's still looking pretty decent for them. Vian Sensation already has his Ring of Sorcery as well as the Astrolabe. He's farming at 360 gold per minute, so he's doing a really good job. He even used the Elemental Void earlier on. They picked up the kill. His Elementals actually picked up the kill onto Dampier, if I'm not mistaken. So still very okay for them. He's probably trying to get that Ring of Teacher into something like an Abyssal Skull. That will help out a lot for the rest of the teammates. A lot more armor because they don't want to. Just facing against the Pandemonium and MOA, they're taking a shit ton of damage, especially on top of root goo. It's just insane. That's why you see
And
the
again,
quick.
the same thing happening. Top lane, face smash to Nox. Nox again. It's a lot of trouble. Here comes Tempest. Tempest doesn't have the void. Down goes Nox. Here goes also the Burning Shadow. Looking back to pick up the kill on Pandemonium. Pandemonium is actually nicely addressed there, and he's going to be going down as well. Tiny Maru is going to be fine, and that's a keeper going to try and pot away in a little bit of a questionable spot, but he's going to be okay as well. So in general, it's going to be a 1-for-1 kind of exchange, man. Nox for Pandemonium any day, because Pandemonium is not the main carry. Damn curious.
Yeah, I mean they lost out. Sorry, my nose is overflowing. They lost out over there. In my opinion, Dampier is just continuously farming. I'm not sure why he tried to go for Energizer as the next pickup item. I think he would have been fine off just farming up the light brand. Oh, I forgot that middle lane. Yeah.
Man, our Ray just had to die. That's it. We had Fate is nicely roaming about. Definitely with the Sackstone. Sackstone. Always loud when I hear that. But that's it. We have a pretty interesting situation here. Bastom doing a lot of work in this game as compared to the previous one. He's just ganking a lot more, 3, 1, and 2. So that's going to help improve them a lot more. But that's it. Air quality still is some in this game. They have a Dampier with a light brand already. So they can still win this one there. And if they do win this, it's going to go to game number 3. But like I mentioned before, if they do lose this one, impunity.storm is going to go all the way home with a pretty interesting series there. And they are also going to be facing tomorrow's match and will proceed up the bracket.
Yeah, hopefully they are able to win this game because they definitely want to make it through towards the later stages and make sure that they don't lose out on anything else after that. Oh, look at Emperor's inventory. Interesting. So he's gonna go for a glowstone first, which could, by all means, be something like a Staff of the Masters. It might. Oh, okay. It's gonna be that what the Rift Force item. I keep forgetting the name.
Icon
Of the Goddess. Yeah, the Icon of Goddess is gonna be uh the go-to item pickup for him, I guess. I don't really see how it's that effective. I guess he just wants more HP because he doesn't want to get bursted out quickly. But I think just going for that, Light Brand into Grimoire Power and the Shrunken End is a lot more better. But nevertheless, that's just item choice. They're gonna trade powers here mid for mono. I do believe there's probably gonna be a secondary push again here coming up from Legion team. Hellborn definitely needs to go back and defend this.
Yeah, for sure, and Hellborn team is still actually going to pursue matter on the bottom lane here, and mid lane on flip side is actually going to be pushed by Team Legion. There's a lot of animated trees just knocking on a skull-looking thing there in the mid lane, but I think it's actually going down there. But nice! Burning Shadow on 2 members there, and the pot's coming really hot here. Luna going to be here, but the tower already addressed, and it seems like the Void going to be used as a Keeper. A lot of trouble. Keeper is in fact a lot of trouble, but he is going to be okay. He already used the root. He is going to try to run away, but he's able to do that. Pandemonium is addressed in China, man. They are going to be starting a real war here for the Pandas, but that's it. It is a pretty kind of nice exchange, 1 for nothing, and it's a tower that was destroyed in favor of Team Legion, so I would say it's pretty worth it, really.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem there was, I mean, for Hellborn's team. They won the team fight, but I think Hag was just a little bit out of range on that Bat Blast. Although at least they win the team fight, that was good for them. Huge Elemental Void to slow them down. They get the kill on Panda, slows him down a lot more. Portal Key is now up on what's his face? Portal Key is now up on Fate, so that means he is actually going to be able to start ganking very easily in this game. There is now that completed, I think it is completed. Refor's item, the Icon of the Goddess now up on Wretched Hag, so he's going to be able to start getting charges out of that. And as for Bubbles, he has his portal key. Pandemonium is just trying to get a Shrunken Head, and I don't think he's gonna be able to get it anytime soon. Although Dampier, with his uncontested farm, he's at 2.9k gold, can finish up the Grimoire Power by all means.
Yeah, for sure, and that's it. Bottom lane gang again. It seems like Hag a lot of trouble. Hag gonna get chomped on alive today. And that's not gonna taste too good for Dampier, but Dampier doesn't really care. It's all about the goal there, and that's it. He does have the Grimoire power already, so Legion team actually still has got a little bit of space in this game. Now it seems like the goal lead for Team Hellborn is dropped all the way down to just about 1k plus minus, whereas for Legion team, they are climbing back really quickly as well. You got Penman doing a lot of work here, and Tidy Maru playing the bubbles already has got a portal key, so they might actually try and gang on Nox here. Nox actually silences himself. That's not going to be really wise, but here comes the badass from Panda, and Panda with the flick actually looking to pick up the kill quickly with the face smash. It seems like beautiful KSs with one slap from the big tree.
What, Panda of the Flick? Did you just say that?
No, I didn't say. I said Panda gonna flick and
Oh,
Keeper
okay.
gonna KS.
I thought, like, you know, with Keeper of the Forest, it's gonna be the Panda of the Flick. I don't know.
Panda the flick.
Panda of the
Okay,
Flick.
it's new
Yeah.
term.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean
give you
that's. I mean he is the new hero, the Panda Master, the
Yeah,
Master
for
of Arms and Panda together. Anyways, Fate still doesn't have any other items besides the sacrificial stone as well as the portal key. Most probably gonna be looking towards the shrunken head. Definitely needs that as well. I'd like to actually I think a puzzle box would be a pretty good option as well. It's gonna burn down a lot of that mana coming up from them. Not Dampier. Pandemonium. And it's gonna screw him up a lot as well as like the rest of the supports. Keeper's actually going for a quick restoration stone. I don't think that's quite as effective. Because after he throws out the root for this next couple of team fights, what is he really gonna do? I mean, he does have Astrolabe at least, so that's pretty decent. I would have actually liked to see him just go for a straight up Barrier Adder, cancel a lot of the damage just coming up from, you know, Blood Hunter, Worship Hag, and the rest of the team, Luna and Fade as well. They're doing a decent amount of magical damage there on this Hellborn lineup so far.
Yep, and they are looking pretty good so far. 21 minutes in already, about 1k goal lead for Team Legion. It seems like the skill has changed sides there. And Legion team is in a pretty good spot already. Dampier level 15 with a portal key. It seems like Nox is now having a really good time. And it's in fact, on the contrary to popular belief, 1-3-1 as a Blood Hunter, you don't want to have that kind of a score.
Yeah, and the thing is, okay, hold on, Todd. This is probably gonna be team fight.
Here comes the potting though, and I think it's actually going to be Pandemonium. Pandemonium going to be fine, but here comes the potting from Dampier. Dampier going to try and chum on the Blood Hunter, but a big void! The void goes down, he gets cancelled, and there goes Root as well. It seems like it is going to be 2-second void, but still here goes the nice cannonball coming from Pandemonium. Picks up double tap there, pretty good stuff. He is looking for a little bit extra. Luna is going to try pot away on not a Luna Nova, man. Playing really cheeky here. He is going down for sure, but that's it. Tempa's going to fall before him. And yep, doesn't really matter, but there goes the questionable cannonball, but still doesn't matter because that goes there as well. So beautiful playing as the keeper with the double tap there. And pardon me, doesn't seem like Pandemonium picked up those kills there.
Yeah,
He
that
picked
was
up one only. The other
really
one went to who else? Oh, the other one to Dampier, Lightbrand.
they're gonna cancel out the cancel out what? I mean, deny the tier 2 tower at the bot, which is good for them. And that was a good keeper cancel coming up from Keeper of the Forest. So really well played by them. They actually won the team fight really nicely. Hellborn again overextension a little bit, in my opinion. Didn't even have wards over there when they wanted to push at the bottom lane, so kind of questionable decision by them to actually try to go over there. The Icon of Goddess is really complete on Hag. Not so sure how that's gonna be as effective in the game. Bubbles is in the vicinity.
Oh! She was so tasty. But that's it. Null there can say for sure that that's going to be a pretty good kill. And in general, we're looking at a nice portal key already up there. And that's going to be just nicely biting on Hellborn team. Hellborn team, and they had the lead. But now look at that. 7k goal lead in favor of air quality impunity.storm, man. What exactly went wrong?
Just a bit of overextension of the bottom lane. That was a huge mistake in my opinion. They have a Bow Knight now up on Master of Arms, so that's really good for them. More counter warding gonna go down, and at the same time it's gonna be very pesky for Fate to deal with. Of course, you know, Fate can always just run through the jungle and all that kind of jazz, but of course, Dust always settles that kind of problem. They're trying to go top here. Pandemonium's and Viz, he can easily kill a Luna by himself, but they want more of the kill into Blood Hunter there. Blood Hunter still doesn't have a shrunken head, only the Firebrand there, so still not gonna output enough damage in my opinion. Dampier on the other side, he has the I think a Mighty Blade just purchased. Let me just check the inventory.
Oh my god, top lane Panda, a lot of trouble. Somebody saved the extinct species there, or going to be extinct. But still, he's gonna be okay. So nice pot away. That's the main reason why they didn't die out, but because they were able to pot away quickly. But that's it. 15 is the 9 here, about 8k goal lead, and Legion team is in a pretty good spot. There is already Australia up on the Keeper of the Forest, also looking for a restoration stone. If he does have that before the Tempest, I think he is actually gonna have that before the Tempest. Then it's gonna be really easy to trick the Tempest into Element of Void.
Yeah, that was just really. I don't know. I think again, kind of a poor execution there on impunity.storm's part in terms of trying to pick up the kill. Panda's very close to finishing up Shrunken Head, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw the Warhammer was already in the career. Yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, there's the Warhammer and Dampier. Dampier is gonna get his Shrunken Head very very soon as well, which means he's gonna be more of a force to be reckoned with. I would like to see him probably sell out the Energizer, get some other form of damage item, in my opinion. And on the other side of the spectrum, Hellburn team,
On
Bloodhunter,
the other
very,
side of the
very.
world.
Yeah, Bloodhunter is still very, very far away from picking up that Shrunken Head, so not gonna have it anytime soon. The Shaman's Hatred's already up on Tempest, so he's gonna Yep, he just finishes his Barrier Idol there. Really nice item choice for him to help out his team. But now you look at Keeper, he has the double Restless Stone, so that's gonna be another factor gonna go in favor of this Legion team, and he's probably gonna pair that up really nicely with a Portal Key and even a Barrier Idol probably after that.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. About 9k goalie for Team Legion, and look at that, man. Help on team. They are just questionable all year round. And don't tell me that Nox again is going for the renowned Noxbringer. Okay, great. He's not. He will be going for Shrunken Head. That's going to be a lot more useful than the Dawnbringer, because he will have the added magic immunity up against the Dampier, and it will help him escape one of two Keeper roots. Keeper already with Resto Stone there is just looking to be very scary. That's a Tempest on the flip side with Barrel Idol, every single thing correct except that he doesn't have a second Void. And he doesn't also have got a Shrunken Head. So Barrel Idol, man, do you think it actually should have been someone else?
On I don't know. I mean, like, if like Hag needs auto attack damage items, yeah, Bloodhunter needs auto attack damage items. He's the freaking carrier team. Fate needs some utility, so it's fine that it's on the Tempest. Of course, Shrunken Head would probably be the better choice to have right now.
Pandemonium, I'm gonna try to engage on a Luna. Nice clutch Shrunken Head there actually. So that's gonna make sure that he will be safe against the stuns coming from Fate, but still the hemorrhage used already. It seems like Gussie, guys, Gussie is gonna be okay, and he's gonna back away soon. That's it, Emperor now only level 13 there with a Icon of the Goddess, man. He doesn't have any auto attack damage. He deals for 76 damage, and that is like an end.
Yep, that's the reason why I just feel like Icon on a Hag is not really as great in my opinion. If anything, if you wanted to help out the team a little bit more, maybe even just rush your closures would be much more better. But I don't know. I guess it's just this kind of playstyle. It could work out. We'll just have to see. Time can only tell. Yeah, he still has no charges up on that, so not gonna be much of an issue for this Legion lineup. Legion is already doing a lot of work. Panda already has that Shrunken Head. He can even look towards picking up, that Portal Key, and then into something like a Behemoth's Heart. You can even get a Null Stone for sure if he wants to, just kind of like your. I don't really know what Panda should pick up.
Oh my god, look at a jump, man. Dampier can really fly. Look at to pick up both the Luna as well as Fate. This guy is not gonna be monogamic.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much over in my opinion. Like, Dampier is just getting way out of hand. There is Resto Stone on Keeper as well, so I don't know. Like, Impunity Storm needs to stop drafting Bloodhunter if they want to win games. And I'm just kidding, of course. But I think it's just a lot of the quick aggression coming out, and I mean just the way that the Legion team is built up is just really really good in that sense. Hag is now trying to work towards the light brand, if I'm not mistaken. Shrunken Head finally purchased there by Bloodhunter, but is it gonna be enough this late into the stage of the game? I don't really think so, because there's always that face smash lockdown.
Look at that Pandemonium. That's what I call Panda Stare down into the eye of the Tempest, and Tempest actually gonna back away because he sends Panda in the vicinity. That's it. 18-9, about double the kill here, and it's looking to have a slightly higher GK per minute. And that's gang per minute for you guys who don't know. It's a new term coined by us. And that's at about 12k goal lead for Team Legion. And Dampier actually gonna go for Kongor right now. And we have Team Legion just nicely knocking on Kongor. Help on Team actually. I think they know what's going on there. But it seems like Dampier is gonna try and jump on the hack, but he's not gonna be too successful there. And gonna nicely go back to Kong Pit here. There's also a Illusion Tidy Maru Bubbles just nicely knocking and dealing a little bit of a distraction there. It is not going to be too effective, but Pandemonium going to be completely invisible because of the Keeper Nature's Will. And there's also Bounty on Tidy Maru, but there is no Bounty on the Help on team. There is, however, a Ward of Revelation here, but it is a little bit of a passive Ward of Rev, so they will not be able to spot out the Kong, and it seems like there will not be a contest here. And Legion team going to walk over with Kongor's token of life, and now going to try and jump in and Help on team, and that's going to be a Tempest! They need to be really careful, they're going to save the big blubber with no legs! Oh my god, he gets caught in a Help Bill! Turning it around with the Void. He gets closer to Shipstick, and that's gonna be a moving toy. And he goes down. No Void today. And there goes the root as well. The first one, the second one gonna be up real soon. And there goes the second root. It's gonna boil down onto the Fate, but he didn't catch the Tempest. Tempest with the Void is just gonna bite down both the Keeper. What the hell was Dampier doing? Dampier jumps in, questionable. It's gonna be okay, or so we think. And now goes the Dampier jump onto the Blubber. The Blubber, also known as Tempest, is going down today. That's it. The Fate is gonna pot back home, and that's gonna end the engagement there. A big misplay by the Dampier, man.
Wow. But nevertheless, I mean, they still win that team fight, even though with that blunder. Like, Legion team is so far. Look at that, 14.7k gold and 20k EXP advantage in favor for them. So they have all the items that they need. Culture Sheepstick on that bubbles as well. Really nice item. You saw the double root coming into play. Dampier, man, just being Dampier. Like, he's level 21. He's gonna rape your team. Your team, there's nobody on Hellburn team that is now level 16. Dampier is just farming out of his mind. Well, not really out of his mind, but he's like getting levels out of his mind right now because he is already level 21. He has 600 gold in the bank, 7, 2, and 6. Probably gonna go for more of a damage item next. As his next item pickup, he still has Token of Life to work with. They by all means can still go ahead and push. In fact, I think they should probably push right now because Elemental Void is down for quite some time.
Elemental Void is down until game number 3, but that's it. Legion team not gonna push, questionable. They're gonna give them another chance here, and a little bit of a misplay there coming up from Team Legion's Dampier, but that's it. She's actually gonna be nicely chomping onto the hack, but hack with the icon, man, he actually paid off a bit. And with the increased regeneration, somehow was able to stay alive. And here comes also Blood Hunter. So Wretched Hack, despite the questionable items, he actually was able to just nicely change the threats there and stay alive. But that's it. Also, we got now Pandemonium joining forces with Dampier. Dampier definitely doesn't have the ultimate just here, but there goes Nox! And Nox in a lot of trouble, gets face smashed in, and he will face palm himself there. He is in a questionable spot. But that's it, man. L1 team's actually gonna call concede, and Nova's Courier gonna get killed there, and Legion team actually looking to win this game.
Yeah, that's GG's. I mean, you can't really win. Look at that, they're just tweeting now one by one. Yep, this is gonna go to game 3. That's, I mean, this is the game that ImpunityStorm has to win, man. They were in a good spot previously, but now they're just in a much more tougher spot now because they have to either win the next one or they're just gonna be dropped out entirely from this competition.
Yep, and that is a bit regrettable, it is indeed, but that's it. They need to be the ones pulling the trigger and doing the right thing, which in the previous game they did not do that. And that by itself is just really bad to see. I mean, they could have won this game if they wanted to, by picking the Blood Hunter. They put themselves in a pretty questionable kind of a spot. And in general, that's not kind of spot you want to be in despite winning one game. So yes, we did mention this before. They have the luxury of losing games like this, but the bad point is that you lose away your free lead there, and right now they are in a tight spot. So there we go. Winner is gonna be Air Quality. I know it's not Rocket Air Quality anymore, but still Air Quality gonna win that one there, and that's a pretty good news at least. So that's it. We have a 1-1 situation, and we're gonna nicely update the score right now.
Yep, I'm just gonna quickly check again, see what's going on with MP. Did they win the second game? No, the game's still ongoing. But just judging from the stats, it seems like Fewer is actually doing a better job in this one. Wow, are we actually gonna see like a lot of these teams going into a game number 3? Yeah, that's pretty insane. And this is like only still the first round of the entire grand final playoffs, so really awesome. We got some good HoN action ahead of us for sure.
Yeah, for sure, and it seems like it's a pretty good news so far. But that's it. Rocket Quality gonna win the second game. We'll be back with game 3 real soon. Meanwhile, gonna update the live bracket. So stay tuned for that, guys.